Taz. A snake.
Oh my god, hi!
Good. Howdy. Hello. Hello indeed. Yes. It is that time of day once more where you can find us here amidst the ocean floor. It's the best I got right now. Bop, bop, bop. We're gonna learn about the frilled shark. It looks horrifying, so I'm excited to learn about it. I have to sneeze and it won't come out and I'm sad. My brain hurts.
Oh my god, hi!
Wah, 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 wah. Hey, Viewey. Good. Howdy. Hello. And everybody going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? No things going. Oh, hey, Contaminated. I was doing my warm-up vocal exercises that I always do every stream, of course, assuredly, which I definitely don't do and didn't only just start doing right now, today, in this exact moment. Good howdy. Hello, thank you for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? I hope you were doing well.
Oh my god, hi!
I like video games and video game things. How's Fortnite been, to be honest? I'm actually kind of interested. Not that I'm gonna play it anytime soon, but I always am curious to know the state of Fortnite. Good howdy, Contaminated.
Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, hi!
Good howdy,
Oh
Scotty.
hi!
Oh god, it's happening.
Oh my god, hi!
It's happening!
Oh my god, hi!
Ah!
Oh my god, hi!
Oh no.
Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, hi!
This is me. That's my fault. I made it spammable. I should have thought about that better. I'll give you a break. Thank you. Break me off a piece of that fancy feast. It's laggy for you, but the season isn't that bad. That's good. To give you context, the last time that I played was when, like, the Nevermore skin came out. That's the last time I played. kept dying a lot. Well, you hate to see it, but sometimes it really do just kind of be like that. And you take the L's where they come because you know a W's around the corner. It's all good. Howdy, local nun. Good meowdy, Scotty. You never touched online? You don't know that. You don't know that. Alright, let's get into this. We're going to learn about the frilled shark today. Good howdy, Rainbow. I fully anticipate to be terrified because that's what happens. But we'll see how it goes.
A snake-like shark with gaping jaws and
It's a snake. It's a little snake.
hundreds of trident-shaped teeth. A shark so elusive and rare that when it's seen, people believe it to be a
Devil's
prehistoric
snare.
monster from another dimension.
Oh.
And in a way, it's true.
No.
This beast has remained unchanged for millions of years. So what's allowed this sea serpent to thrive in the shadows for so long? This is the weirdest shark in the world.
I don't like this. It's been I thought it feels like it's been like 5 minutes. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Oh, moving on.
Frilled shark.
Hi, Danielle Dufault.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault.
Hi,
and you're
Danielle
watching
Dufault. Say hi to Danielle Dufault. It's the least we can do. We've used so much content from Danielle Dufault. We have gotten to know Danielle Dufault very well over the course of these videos we've been watching and learning about things. And I like to show our gratitude. Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you, Contaminated. I appreciate that. Can we veto today's episode? No, because I gotta build my fear of the ocean better, because I need to be able to handle when we do inevitably play Subnautica. We'll get there at some point.
Logic. We're talking about one of the strangest sharks in the world, with a face only a shark lover could find cute. Spoiler alert, I think they're adorable. And you'd think that this is some deep water species.
They're not
from
adorable, they're
faraway sea,
spooky.
But really, it's all over the place.
They're underwater danger
Frilled
noodles.
sharks have been found all over the world's oceans. If you've swam in the sea at night, there's a solid chance you weren't far from one of them.
Ah,
But
I
don't
hate that.
worry, they have no interest in you at all.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Even though they can be up to 2 meters long with eel-like bodies and relatively small
It's so
fins,
fast!
they mostly eat squids and other invertebrates. Their hundreds of needle-like teeth are adaptations to catch slippery
Ooh.
prey. And whenever they catch something larger, they can swallow it whole thanks to its massive jaws.
Hi,
Their
Skelly.
name comes from the 6 pairs
Ew.
of frilly gill slits.
Cool,
Frills
but
are
ew.
thought to help close the slits to create a vacuum and suck in prey.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Learning about these animals and going deep
You do have to run and raid. Sadly, got work in the morning. Hope you have a wonderful night. You don't need to apologize at all, Contaminated. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for entrusting the community to me. I assure you, they're in good hands. Granted, I don't work for Allstate, but it's all right.
into what makes them
That's not what
unique
matters here.
requires a huge amount of research. Most of
Have
the
a good
time,
night,
that
Contaminated.
means going into PDF files of journal articles and other research papers. Turning those papers into an episode of Animal Logic requires a lot of work. But thankfully, UPDF helps us make the process as easy as possible. I use UPDF to echo be
No, Daniel
Acrobat,
Dufault, I'm sorry.
and a single license can be used in up to 4 devices.
Thank you
can get an
again.
additional
Goodbye.
discount on
Have a
UPDF
lovely
Pro
evening.
by clicking the link in the description. The strangeness of the frilled shark doesn't end at his teeth or its snake-like body. Its body lacks the massive muscles of
Oh my
other
God,
sharks of
hi.
similar
Oh my god,
size.
bye!
Their metabolism is extremely slow, which makes sense because they spend a lot of time in cold, deep waters. This makes them long and slow-moving, and people have confused them for sea serpents for centuries.
They look
The
like
oldest
serpents, of
scientific record
course
of the
they
frilled
do.
Shark was from 1844.
It's so
Samuel
creepy.
Garman described it as the fish's appearance in the forward portion of the body, particularly in the head, brings vividly to mind the triangular heads, deep cleft mouths, and fierce look of many of our most dreaded snakes.
It looks
And
gross.
you can't blame them. If you've
Ah.
never seen one of these animals and one
Ew.
washed ashore in your small fishing town, you'd be way more likely to think
You did
it's
more
some sort of
Division
fat
today? Do
snake
tell,
than a
Skelly,
skinny
do tell.
shark. This is a young individual that was caught alive by a research ship from
oh,
the
God,
Center of
oh,
Sea
God.
Science in Algarve,
Ooh.
Portugal.
Ooh,
They were
I hate it.
researching deep-sea sharks when they amazingly caught
Ooh, it looks like a
alive
nightmare.
young
Ooh.
frilled shark.
Ah,
This is
stop getting so
possibly
loud!
the closest a camera has ever been to a living, swimming frilled shark.
Ah!
They got to see up close
Oh,
their
God.
unique teeth, flamboyant gills, and
Oh,
a
I'm so
body plan
uncomfortable
that
right
seemed
now.
more appropriate for the Jurassic
I'm
than
physically
for the
sweating.
21st century. Most sharks simply don't look like that anymore.
Ah.
But at one point, they did. The Carboniferous, around 300
The Carbonara?
billion years ago, was the golden age of sharks, and many new species appeared.
I always knew Carbonaro was great. It's the first shark. Howdy, Railgunner.
Many had similar features as modern
Welcome
day frilled sharks.
to the bathhouse. Thank you for the follow.
Cretaceous, about
You're learning
80
about my
million years
fear of
ago,
oceans.
Sharks had taken many forms, but the frilled shark that we know and love was already there, and its remains.
That goes so hard.
But the
That's sick. Look at that. That's so cool. Could you imagine seeing a shark just flying up out of the water and grabbing a bird out of the air?
frilled shark
I'd
that
live
we
for that.
know and love was already there, and it's remained relatively unchanged ever since.
Well, you can't change
Fossils
perfection.
of frilled shark relatives have been found from around that
Hi,
same
Ben.
period, showing just how little their body plan
Squalocorax?
has changed.
Looks like a
So
catfish.
really, it's the other sharks that got weird. The frilled shark belongs to one of the most
Rolo got
ancient
zoomies.
shark lineages in the world. Their relatives include the six-gill shark and the broad-nosed seven-gill shark.
Oh, that's a really cute little
These are
shark.
Some of the most
Oh,
basal sharks known to science.
that was
To
really
remain
cute.
unchanged for so long, it has to have kept its lifestyle pretty
Ugh.
much the
Oh,
same
God.
for millions
Sorry.
of years.
I hate how it looks. It
During
freaks
the
me out.
day, it goes to the depths of the ocean, where it spends its time moving slowly
Oh, whoops.
and conserving energy.
I never turned off
At night,
the
it goes closer to the surface.
background music, my bad.
Sometimes as close to it as 50 meters
I just
deep,
noticed.
to look for squid and other prey. Because they spend most of their time in the dark, they have underdeveloped optical lobes and rely on their pressure sensory
Oh,
organs
the bull shark,
and
yeah.
electroreceptors to find their prey. To catch prey, it slowly sneaks up and then lunges. But there's still no high-quality footage of a frilled shark hunting in the wild. The frilled shark generally doesn't come up
Good
to depths for
animation,
scuba
you know, all
divers to
things
see
considered.
it.
It's a great
When it
animation.
does, it's usually a sign of illness or disturbances in the water, so we don't get to see it acting naturally.
Rough.
Thankfully, as submarines and underwater drones have become more accessible, we're starting to get glimpses of the
I
shark.
can see the green in
And
your
we're
hair,
starting to
Danielle Dufault, from the
understand
green
this
screen behind you.
adorable weirdo a little better.
Seahorse or
We know
jellyfish
now
sounds
that
nice.
the teeth can catch prey that can't swim backwards. We also know that it can eat larger prey, like smaller sharks, sometimes half its own body size.
Look at the baby.
And we know that over half of its meals are made up of squid. We've also started learning about their reproduction recently. Frilled sharks have one of the longest gestation periods of all known
I thought she was going to say
animals.
wiener.
So
They have the
cool.
longest wiener.
Although not quite
That
as
would've
long
funny.
as the Greenland sharks, the frilled shark stays pregnant for over 3 years. An average litter has 6 pups, but in some cases it can be up to
Those are
12.
not pups! I will die on that hill! Those are called baby danger noodles, and they're the bane of my entire mortal existence. I hate this.
babies.
I hate
Pups
this.
hatch inside the mom, and she carries them until they're about 50 centimeters long.
Ugh.
But we only know this
Ah!
based on
Oh, God,
specimens
sorry.
caught by fishing boats. No one has ever seen a frilled shark give birth, feed its young, or interact socially. It's like a
Glub,
ghost
glub.
that gives birth
Ugh.
to baby ghosts in the shadows and only appears when you're not looking. But
What are those
science is a
Trishula-looking
continuous
teeth?
process, and one day that will change. One day we'll see a frilled
It's a
shark
really
live
good
birth,
drawing, actually.
and you'll be the first to know it here on Animalogic. The frilled shark's low reproductive rate puts them at risk. Their populations might decline in some areas
it's
due
so
to
creepy.
overfishing, but thankfully they seem to be stable at the moment. Sometimes they get caught
No!
as bycatch
Ah!
and are sold as meat or as a base for fish meat. But since
I
we
can't-
now
I can't
know
even
how
look at the screen. Is it
important
gone?
they are, try not to eat them.
Ugh.
How could you eat a cutie that looks like this? So there you have it. The strange serpentine monster turns out to be
No.
a sweetie. All it wants to do is nap in the water, eat squid, sorry Squidward, and give birth to cat-sized little weirdos. I hope they have been redeemed in your eyes.
They haven't. They have not, but I appreciate you trying, Daniel Defoe. They're still terrifying.
If you want to learn more
I don't know anything
about
to do with
deep
them.
sea sharks, and you should, check out our video on Greenland sharks. They're some of the strangest creatures
Oh, that's
you'll
cool.
ever
Looks like a
see.
big rock. It's like a rock
So,
with a
what
mouth.
should we talk about next?
I don't know, Daniel Defoe. You tell me. Goodbye. Oof. That was a lot. There was a lot happening there, and I don't, none of it good. All of it was bad. I want to listen to the calming, relaxing. Lo-fi. Words are hard. There we go. Got it. I nailed it. I found the word eventually. Just give me a second.
Oh my god, hi!
Hi.
Oh my
That
god,
was god-awful.
hi.
I disliked everything about that.
Hi. Oh my god, hi!
Okay. Alright, let's do this. Let's go make our ACS12 corrosion build video. This will be real quick and easy, because thankfully it's a quick and easy build. It's just going to be a little difficult to explain exactly how to use it, but it'll be fine. We're only going to talk about the uber-duper sweaty build, which is what I'm using right now. Which is 3 treacherous, of course. The classic 3 treacherous. But there's 3 ways to play the uber-duper sweaty build, right? That is going to be the standard shoot crossbow, shoot gun, which still does obscenely high DPS. And then there will be doing the ice block chop. Wow, wow, wow. Why did my kick... Why did it kick like that? That was ridiculous. Things like that, you know. Crit damage. And additionally, not crit damage. You're wrong. That's the wrong build. This one is the one I want. Yes. You're finally back on One's Human. Good howdy, Jin, indeed. We'll probably only be playing Division maybe like once a week or so. Oh yeah, that damage is tremendously higher. Look at that. Boom. You're able to reach level 45? Nice. Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Are you... Yeah, you got rapid shot. I don't know if I even want rapid shot. I think I want heavy style. No, rapid shot's just better. In my opinion. Okay, alright. Let's work on getting this heckin' build recorded, shall we? Okay, we're gonna worry about the intro and stuff later. For now, we're just gonna get all the high parts right here. Rapid is way better. I kind of figured as much. Alright, I don't... You know what? Does this make good background music for when I'm actually recording stuff? Because it seems like it does. I don't think I'm going to have anything recorded, though, just for the sake of it. It's going to jump around with me as I'm speaking, and I just don't want to deal with that. Okay, so I'm going to swap over to the recording thing. Gillu. Alright, here we go. Let me get this cosmetic on, because we got to look good if we're going to do this. Of course. Required. Begin recording. Alright. Does it actually have accessories? Oh, I had no idea you can get accessories for that. That's cool. What skins do I have? Lemon? I like the lemon. I'm getting distracted. Stop it. Okay, here we go. From the top. ACS12 corrosion using rapid shot, double crit rate calibration. What does the corrosion do? This is a power surge weapon. However, you want to focus on status damage and crit damage, which is interesting. It's very different from the norm. It's one of those guns that will trigger critical hits on power surge, which will increase your critical hit rate, which will do more critical power surge damage, and the effect just kind of keeps tumbling a little bit, helping you get more crits and more crit damage. It's nice. It works well with other things. So power surge can crit. The power surge crit rate is plus 15. When power surge is triggered, the crit damage increases by 15%, stacking 10 times. That is 150% bonus critical strike damage with an additional 15% damage factor, which is insane. It's actually ridiculous. So, that being the case, we want to get a lot of bullets downrange quickly. Therefore, rapid fire calibration with a double crit rate to maximize our critical chance. Hi, Nuclear. For our secondary weapon, we are using the recurve crossbow. This is good for any enemy who has a weak spot. If the enemy does not have a weak spot, you're going to want to use either the bullseye or the wildfire. It's just up to you. Doesn't really matter that much. Again, this is... well, the recurve crossbow gives you increased crit rate when you hit the recurve crossbow inflicts bullseye when you hit a weak spot, which gives you 15% increased crit rate to enemies with the bullseye debuff. It's very strong. For your melee weapon, you want to use Kukuri, because this will give you increased crit rate primarily. You'll get more damage. More damage is nice, but really you're here for the crit rate. The crit rate means you're going to crit more often, as the name implies. Therefore, more power surge crit damage. For your armor, you're going to want to be doing a low HP version of this build. So I am using let's try that again. I'm using 3 pieces of Treacherous Tides. I'm using 2 pieces of Lone Wolf to enhance my critical hit rate. And for my key item, I'm using the Gas Mask Hood. So after triggering Power Surge, increase crit rate. That stacks with the gun. After triggering Power Surge, increase crit rate. For a total of a 50% increased crit rate. Just with these 2 things alone, when you trigger Power Surge, you get 50% crit rate. It's insane. Very strong. So for the mods, on the weapon, I'm using Static Shock. This does not inflict the Power Surge status, therefore, the first part of this don't matter. It just does more damage, which is good. You want to chase Power Surge damage, Power Surge crit damage, and then damage against enemy types, and in my opinion, either reload speed or magazine capacity. On the crossbow, you want to use Vulnerability Amplifier. Just doesn't really matter what else it rolls. This is what you need to increase their vulnerability. On the Kukuri, run whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. This weapon exists for only to murder one thing and give you a buff. Nothing else matters. On the hood, you want to use Deviation Expert Lunar. I did not get a great one. This one's still good. What you want to get one is that it... Let's try that again. The one that you want to get is status damage, crit damage, damage against enemy types, and either magazine capacity or reload speed. That goes for all of your lunar mods. Ooh, Raining Cash. I'm interested. On the mask, you're going to want to use first Electrocution. For enemies without the Power Surge status, Power Surge ultimate damage plus 30%. Since we don't inflict the status, therefore we get a constant 30% bonus to our Power Surge damage. And again, this is a keyword suffix mod, so we want to make sure that we're getting power surge damage, power surge crit damage, damage against enemy types, and then magazine capacity or reload speed. On the gloves, we want to be using crit boost. Now here's the fun part. On the gloves, you can roll what's called resonance. Resonance, let me pull one up real quick. Do I even have a resonance? No, let me go to my boots real quick. Or pants, rather. You're going to want to roll what's called resonance. Resonance is astounding. It does this crazy, super cool thing where you can deal one type of damage and gain bonus in another type of damage. In this case, you can roll a resonance crit boost or a resonance dead shot that will give you increased elemental damage for doing weak spot damage and increased crit damage for doing weak spot damage. These will both stack in tandem, which will increase your overall damage tremendously. It's insane. It's powerful. Good God. It is, you will just absolutely dominate. It's nuts. So you're looking for resonance. It's the one and only time it's actually useful from my experience. So for the gloves, I'm using crit boost. You want a resonance mod. If you can get one, you get them from Prime Wars. So farm a bunch of Prime Wars, get a resonance mod. Hopefully you get a good one. If you don't get a good one, then craft one. But you got it. That's how you got to do it. On the boots, I'm using Rush Hour because less health is more damage. That's all we can ask for. We have low health, therefore more damage. On the chest piece, I'm using my Enduring Shield, the super duper god roll Enduring Shield, because it's crit damage, weapon damage, and great ones. The weapon damage is, it's not that good, it's not, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not what I want. But I got crit damage and great ones, therefore it is decent compared to other things that I have. So if this had crit damage and status damage and great ones, then it would be a perfect roll for this. But that's what you're looking for. On my pants, I'm using Deadshot. You want a resonance Deadshot. Resonance that will increase both your elemental damage and your critical damage. If you are unable to get element damage or status damage or critical damage, keep rolling. Just like the song. Who does that song? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? King George? Really? No, Limp Bizkit. I thought so. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? for your oh boy. For your cradle, you are going to want to use Anti-Void to increase your shotgun damage. You're going to want to use Rapid Aid to increase your ability to heal rapidly. Tactical Leap because jumping is power. Aerial Suppression because while I'm in the air, I'd rather not get killed. Can't say that, sorry. Killed. Aerial Suppression because when I'm in the air, I'd rather not get absolutely bodied. Deviant Energy Defense because shield keeps me alive. Status Enhancement to enhance our status damage. Elemental Sense to sense our elemental damage increase. Transient Impact because Transient Impact because Power Surge do more damage good. Oy, I gotta lean forward. Oh, I was leaning back super far. Oh, God. Okay. For our deviation, we're going to want to use the Mini Feaster. If you have the Starfall Inversion version, that's awful to say, Inversion version, then this is your best bet. Because right now, there is nothing that increases shock damage specifically against enemies, except for the Mini Feaster. This is your go-to. Just slap them with some tentacles and you'll be alright. What this does is give you massively increased status damage up to 80% as it slaps things with its tentacles. It just goes bah, 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 and it's incredible. all the damage in the world. Does a great job. 4, your food buffs. This one's interesting because it's kind of a mixture. Because we're also doing status damage, we want Whimsical Drink, which will increase our status damage by 25%, which means you're going to want Brain Freeze, you're going to want Gourmand, you're going to want a Chefosaurus Rex that is level 5 to give you the most amount of buff possible. It is insane. It's very strong. For your food, this is where it gets spicy, it gets a little crazy. For the food, you're going to want Stargazy Pie. This will raise our crit damage by 25%, which is exactly what we want because we do crit damage, therefore more damage good. This will give you, you want to use the Gourmand buff and a buffed Chefosaurus. Who could have seen that one coming? Certainly not I. If you want damage against a specific enemy type, Bone-in Deviated Sausage will increase your damage against bosses by 15%, which is still, in my opinion, not as good as using the Stargazy Pie, but it's much more accessible and easier to make. That's everything, right? We went over weapons, we went over the armor, the mods, the cradle, the food, the deviation, how the gun works. Okay, that seems good to me. Bop. Okay, now let's record our damage. So there's 3 ways to use this gun. The first way is Shooty McBoom Boom. And you'll do some pretty good damage. It's not too shabby. The second way is using your recurve crossbow to do additional Shooty McBoom Booms. As you can see, we crit around the 20,000 range. Still pretty strong. The third way to use this is to summon your deviation. Let it get a couple slaps down. Remember, it goes from 20% to 80%, so you want to let it slap 4 times. So that's 2, that's 3, and then this is coming 4, so we're going to shoot our bow. And now let's see what our damage is like. Up into the 27,000s. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good. I gotta wait for the deviation to recharge. Hold on. Oh, that's what I gotta do. During this section, I'm just gonna zoom in on the deviation, run it really fast, and then play Jeopardy music. That seems like a great idea. We got a good edit. There we go. It takes too long. No, it's perfect. It doesn't take too long. I'm just impatient. Okay. And then there is the fourth way to do this, which is what I call the sweaty way. You throw down an ice cube. You summon your deviation. You smack the ice cube with your kukri. You shoot the target dummy with your crossbow. And then you start laying down the smackdown. And you start hitting crits that are about 42,000. Maybe once in a blue moon, but you see the point. The damage is tremendous. It will absolutely shred things. Very powerful. Highly recommend. Okay, so we talked about everything we need to use it, how it looks on, or the ways to play it. And now, I guess I don't know. People seem to really like seeing what the content, how it performs in content. We can give that a try, I suppose. Fateful Strike and Wolf? No, because you still want to do, well, maybe. No, because it doesn't scale off your weapon damage. It's not like the corrosion. If we were using Pyroclasm, yes, 110% yes. Even then, I probably still wouldn't use Fateful Strike because it's just not as good. But Corrosion, you don't want to you don't want to do weapon damage because it's purely power surge damage, power surge and crit damage. So that's what resonance is for. Okay. So I guess now we go into a dungeon and we kill some stuff. A bunch of damage from the bullets critting. Yeah, it does more damage with the actual explosions of power surge damage. Like here, we can count it real quick. There we go. So let's check the math on this real quick. I got a screenshot of it just as it pulled out the numbers. So we got, and this is assuming we're critting every single shot, 2405 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2405 times 5. 12,025, and then 10,896 on the status damage. So when it's actually fully charged and ready to go, $16,240. Yeah, 17,920. That's the damage I was looking for. So 17,920 versus 12,025. So that means we're doing... Well, here, let me just plus 17,920. So 29,945. Right now, our damage in one magazine per shot with the current setup is 29,945. So let's swap out to the wolf. And we'll put on Fateful Strike. Which I have a really good one, so it works out. Do I have a good lunar one I can use instead? Oh, this one actually rolled status damage and crit damage. That's actually... that's actually exciting. Hold on. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's still really good. So... Alright, now let's pull out... Well, this is without deviations either, so let's keep that in mind too. $17,477. And then 2637. So 2637 times 5. Let me write this down. 29,945. And then 2637 times 5. 13,815 plus the other 17,000. Still puts us at 30,000, which is over what we were doing before. But I also have a bonus from status damage that I didn't have before, which could be accounting for the difference, but also have the crit damage only 18% versus the... Oh, why am I not using worker proficiency? No, yeah, obviously not using worker proficiency, sorry. That was a stupid question. Because we have this. Weapon damage, crit damage. I don't have a status damage, crit damage. Are we sure? Let me double check. That's what I was doing. There we go. Okay, sorry. No, oh, hi. Thanks, Skelly. Thank you for the delivery. $26.84 times 5. $13,420. $17,535. Thank you. $39.55. That's actually about the same. How interesting. Well, we also have to consider too, this is a shotgun, right? So thinking about this holistically, in a real in a real combat situation, how often are you going to be far away from that you're outside of the shotgun's optimal range too? So there's a certain quirk with Power Surge where even if you're outside of the optimal range, you're still going to deal tremendously high damage. You see how my damage has fallen off by almost 500 per pellet just back here? But my damage with Power Surge is still tremendously high. That's where you get a lot of the value by stacking the status damage. Because you're very rarely going to be in that perfectly optimal range, which is exactly why I think the fast gunner version of this weapon is just not that good. It doesn't have the optimal range to contend with its other constituents, but I do want to use it anyway. I want to figure out a build for this, but we'll get there. Fateful's also hot dookie, yeah. But no, this is quite good. Deviation expert is definitely the way to go. The problem is getting one that's actually good, which is the hard part. Good howdy, Nightwalker. Power Surge scales off crit? Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, like, it is nice, but the amount of crit damage you gain from Fateful Strike is offset by the status damage you get from this, plus crit damage. So unless you... I mean, maybe if you get a Lunar Fateful Strike, that gives you another 30% crit damage, and then more status damage. I could see that working. I could see that working.
Are you sure about that?
I can see that working. Hold on. Yeah, I got beaten on the flying challenges. I'm sad about it. At some point, we'll get there. We'll fix it. I'm really considering this Fateful Strike thing, right? So, 30% increased crit damage is nothing to scoff at. Because this, like, the status damage is great. However, 30 crit damage. If you can roll a Lunar that gives you another 30 crit damage, that is 60% increased crit damage. Which might really be worth something. Let's just try something real quick and see what happens. Oh. I have a healing fortification chest mod that has exactly what I'm looking for. Hold on. Wait a second. Hey, where have you been? What? Oh my, this is exactly what I was looking for. Sure. Nice. Okay, anyway. Oh, I don't have any money to craft mods now. Alright, let me go sell those chipsets. You made a 70... You have 73 made at the top. Oh, the chipsets, gotcha. I was also confused as to what you meant, but I understand now. We may have just build-crafted my explanation into a new video. Or at least me re-recording the helmet mod part. Because I see what you're saying. I absolutely am picking up what you're putting down. Nuclear. It makes sense. I see your vision. Because you make a good point. What's the point of having weak spot damage? It doesn't matter. This doesn't get damage from doing weak spot. It's like any other status-based weapon. The damage comes from the status effect. Therefore, why are we worried about how much damage the gun does? That seems silly. Yeah, exactly. You still benefit from the the damage. And the status damage is fine, but if I can just get Lunar to give me more status and crit damage, I think 60% crit damage is going to go a lot harder. I'm wondering, too, about the need for double crit rate. Because if I'm going to be at... Well, no, because I don't put me at 93% crit rate, so it's still not 100, therefore it's Yeah. We're good. Okay, that's enough money for now. Let me try rolling this mod. I truly think you're onto something here. There's no other I can use? Ah. Okay. Oh! It didn't roll perfectly, but... You can't roll a resonance helmet, though, that's the thing. If you could do a resonance helmet, then I'd be down, but... It's not what I wanted, but it's still good damage. Okay, so the only thing that I care about... I'm gonna go finish selling these, but the only thing that I care about is how much damage does the Zappy Zap do. At the end of the day, right now, that is the only thing that matters. What is our Zappy Zap damage? So let me go find that real quick. Go down to here. Now, if I can get a, not if, when I get a Resonance Pants mod, I'm going to be very happy about that. Of course, that's going to be a cross that bridge when we get there type situation. However, it'll be very good. I'm out of boiled water. Who allowed this? That's illegal. Question? Potentially an answer, Enigma. Hello. Which bear is best? Because false. Black bear. What is a Zappy Zappy? Zappy Zappy is Power Surge. It's the colloquial term. As we are wont to say. I still can't believe I crafted like a... Well, it crafted perfectly, but it didn't roll perfectly, which makes me a little sad, but it's okay. Still very powerful. There we go. Thank you for the money, Skelly. Alright, let's run back home and test our status damage, shall we? Huh. This is very interesting. This build can be built in many different ways, which kind of really throws me for a loop. I forgot to say good howdy. There we go. $17,349. Wait for the buffs to go away. $17,349. I have two identical Fateful Strikes. What are the odds of that? That's funny. Okay, and status. Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you about the Feaster Sync. Good catch. Weapon damage, crit damage, because I don't have a status damage, crit damage, correct? Weapon crit, elemental status. Yeah, okay. $17,470, so it's still more damage. albeit just barely, but it's more damage. And it's probably, well, actually, I don't. Yeah, that's even barring the additional status damage increase. So that's the weight of the status damage. So yeah, we do want a Deviation Expert Lunar that has status crit damage. Deviation Expert is assuredly stronger. As we have just delightfully tested. Excuse me. Ooh, it's level 12 now. I'll hold on to that. Weapon Elemental. I'm actually going to hold on to that one because that'll be good for the Blaze one. The 420 Blaze one. Oops. It's fine, whatever. Weapon damage, crit damage. Ah! You don't get the power surge crit 10% of the time. I mean, here, let me show you why that's false. No, you're not false. Sorry, false is the wrong word. You are correct, but we supplement that. So by doing this, we crit 100% of the time, every time. So our crit goes up to 93%, and then we have an additional 15% crit rate against targets with the bullseye. So it puts our crit to 100%. We also have the mask, which gives us an extra 35%, and we never don't crit. So as long as all your buffs are active, because the Kukri gives you an extra 15. And then this gives you an extra 15, so that's 30 right there. This gives you an extra 15, that's 45. Plus an extra 35, which puts us at... Oh boy. What's that math? 80? I don't remember. 15, 30, 45... Yeah, 80. And then the additional... 13%. Oh, okay, 93, sorry. So critting 7% of the time, that chance, you have less of a chance to crit doing that than you do anything else. Which you're not going to notice it. Your damage, you might lose... you might lose like maybe 4,000 DPS when you use Kukri and crossbow buff. Only when fighting bosses. That's the only time it matters. It doesn't... It's strong enough against normal enemies that you don't need to do it. You'll be doing plenty of damage normally. It doesn't actually matter if you do the full buff combo at any other point. It's like the boom boom. You can buff the living hell out of it. Do you need to though? No, absolutely not. That's why I don't really do that. I just go with general gameplay and how are you going to casually use this gun? There's other ways to use it, sure. But the way to actually, like, its real casual damage is right here. When I don't get blocked by Chephosaurus. Like, that's its realistic damage. If I just dump 3 mags into something, how much damage am I going to do? That, to me, is a realistic expectation. And Fateful Strike may be better in that regard. Possibly. I just don't know. Having a good deviation expert, I think, is generally more useful than having really anything else. This will still do just enough damage that it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Like, if I were to take this into Blackfell, I could just sweep it like it's no problem. Before the power surge even procs, it's going to be killing enemies. Fateful Hot Cookie? The hell is a fateful hot cookie? I've never heard of that before. Let's see. Where am I at? Right, we wanted to take on some dungeons and see what this looks like. Because I haven't actually done that yet. Not solo, anyway. We've done it in groups, and it performs fine. And it's not an AoE monster, so... I mean, you can make it an AoE monster if you use shock diffusion. It's very possible for this to handle AoE situations, actually. I'm interested in trying that now. Just see how it performs with a shock mod. Bubble bath, bubble bath, bubble bath, bubble bath. Howdy, Dragon Breeze. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely time of day. It's nice to see you. Skelly, I'm gonna go repair at your base. How was your stream? How are you? How was your time of day? Ah, hi. I moved all my stuff to Viewie's house. And I don't have a teleport to there that's too easy, so I'm just gonna come here. I hope you don't mind. Even though I'm sure you don't, but... Okay. Stream was good, had some fun, got raided. Nice. You love to see it. Were you up to anything in particular? Other than no good, to clarify? We often get up to no good. That's it's part of our whole thing, our whole shtick. Oh. Goodness gracious, relax. Putting Netherworld together? Nice. Fooling around once human, putting off Lee and Forsaken Giant in the process? I don't blame you. I understand. Let's see. I don't want to drink the tea. I'm just gonna have that. Call it a day. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know why this scares me so much. This is 178. Alright, let's give Treant a real honest effort here. We're gonna hit the record button. And then, like any other, oh, you know where I am. Oh, my bad. We're gonna see, like any good run, we're just gonna go through and see how this goes. Clear out ads, because, you know. Why the heck not? That does good damage. It's nice to see. There we go. Multi-use shotgun suppressor. I use light break. I do it for the accuracy. I just like having the super high accuracy. It's purely personal preference for me. That's why I don't really go over attachments. Yeah, this is the corrosion. Oh yeah, right. Should probably get over there, huh? All right. Yeah, it's good damage. That's part of our problem right there. Gosh dang swarmers. I always dislike when it gets swarmed. It's not bad. Love shooting at one target, killing 2 others in the process. Yeah, it is fun. Oh, speaking of, I just picked one up. Okay, so that was neat. It was nifty. I want to try something though. We're gonna go into a just a regular pro mode silo. We're not gonna do any nightmare or anything right now because I just want to test if this even works in the first place. But I got an idea. It's a weird idea, but I got an idea. Can we make this gun do AoE damage with a shock diffusion? I mean, sure, in theory we can, yeah, but how will it actually perform? That's my biggest question. Yeah, screw it. That's fine. Okay, let's do Theta. I just like Theta. Theta makes me happy. We'll do a Nightmare eventually. I want to see how much damage it does in that situation. But I'm curious to know if this is possible to be made AoE. I'm curious. Morbid curiosity, if you will. Now, in this situation, doing a dungeon, I would switch out the crossbow for a wildfire or something, just to keep it easier for myself. Well, it just does too much damage. It doesn't even... Oh, wait, transfer power surge status, right? Yeah, status. This doesn't apply power surge status, so it has no actual value. Yeah. Okay, just kidding. It's not possible. That's fine. So let's just put this back on. Let's get out of this dungeon. We'll go through it in Nightmare, see how it goes. I'm interested to see how it performs. I'm not going to go through the entire dungeon, just up to that one side area boss that everybody goes to. We shall see how it does. It still performs well enough. Damage is definitely there. Yeah, this does good in this. I'm just gonna gather loot, don't mind me. I'm such a fiend, I always do that. I don't even mean to. Ouch. Stop it. Get some help. Now, the part of the build that I'm most interested in testing... Or, not the part of the build, that's not how I wanted to start that sentence at all. I really wanted to test Hammerhead in the same situation. Yeah, it doesn't do enough damage to fade. Regardless, I don't care. I'm not worried about this right now. It's good. It does good damage. If you're with a team, it'll be great. Soloing, it's not a solo weapon. For Nightmares, no shot. You can do pros just fine. I shouldn't say no shot. It's doable. I don't have food buffs, which makes a difference. I'm not in a good way to do those, but there's something I want to try. Let me overwrite this real quick. We got that boy, we got that boy. Okay, let me put on not this. Is it this build? It's basically this build. Yeah. Elemental resonance. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put on this build real quick. I'm gonna swap out the main weapon for... Oh, I have it on this character. Ah! Okay, just kidding. Okay, we'll just leave that be for now. Let's go do Shadowhound. So you will be able to do good damage to like normal enemies and such. The types are still going to give you some difficulty. You want to make sure you're countering them appropriately. But it's still very strong. The gun itself has a lot of merit to it, which is nice. Oh, why? Why am I jumping so high? I feel like I'm jumping really high. Thunderclap does not have a small AoE effect from all the testing I've done. I could be wrong, but don't recall it having one. Oh, I have frog legs on, that's why. I was wondering why I was jumping so high. Okay, Shadow Puppy's gonna be the way to go. Now, I don't have any way to use the Kukri to buff, because I don't have any of the ice blocks. Ow, God, why? Alright, here we go. Oh no, there you go. I really missed. I really should be buffed for these fights. I don't know why I'm not using food buffs. I just shot my mini feaster in the head. Whoops. It's always funny to me how I can tell just how inexperienced I am with a gun. I always mess up specific things. Oh, whoops. Oh well. Oh no, that wasn't soon enough. Hi, Kurt. Why are you on the floor? Ah! God damn it. Hey, Tim. We're having a bad time.
Oh my god, hi!
It's a fun gun, but it doesn't, maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe that's my problem. Let me switch to that Fateful Strike. I want to see what the difference is. What, that I feel stupid? I don't... No, I didn't understand your question, I'm sorry. Crit boost.
Are you sure about that?
You've been sleeping on Pyroclasm? Oh, it's so good. Pyroclasm is so good. How dare you? I love Pyroclasm. That's good. I'll take that. It's better than this one. We'll take it. That's 8% more crit damage. 8%, 6. Math is hard. It makes Boom Boom look like dog trash. It's not that bad. He's with me, he is mine. Nuclear. For the most part, just for a little bit, not for too much longer, I think. I'm not sure though, to be completely honest with you. I don't know what the plan is today. I'm just working on getting this build video out because I would like to do that. Weapon damage, crit damage, weak spot, status damage, elemental status damage. Was the best I got for sure. No, it's not for real. It is? I mean, I'm interested. I'll give it a try. Don't get me wrong. All you gotta do is point me in the right direction. Okay, let me try this. 30k blaze hits, like over 2 million. Good God. That's insane. Come on. All the way. I assure you doing this without food buffs is a sound strategy. What are you apologizing for, Jin? You're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. Unless you did do something wrong, then in that case, what the heck? As far as I know, you didn't, though, so you should be okay. You're just being jealous. I assure you there's enough of me to go around. God damn it. It's the only hard part about the recurve. You are forced to hit weak spots, and if you don't, then you are going to do 0 damage. Oh, wrong button and almost died for it. Goodness gracious. Ay. Without being fully buffed up, that was rough. Understood. I will keep you in mind, Jin, don't worry. It's good, but it's not like the be-all, end-all of weapons. But again, I'm also missing multiple buffs, right? So it stands to reason that my damage is going to be piddly by comparison. I do think Fateful Strike is just kind of better for the everyman. Just, it feels, I don't know, feels better for me. I agree with that. After testing them both, it feels nice. And then combine that with 2 good resonance mods and you'll be shredding, but I just don't have those. And I got power surge damage and good crit damage, so that's cool. Okay, that's about 20 minutes of footage I'm gonna have to figure out. That's fine. Okay. Now, before we go further, there's one thing I have to test. I need to know. We're gonna swap to a different character real quick. Gela. Under my umbrella? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're trying to Rihanna me right now? Because I'm here for it. Gels? What about gels? Gels are bad, okay? I gotta not restore health. How dare you, Occurred? How dare you? Okay, we're back. Give me 2 seconds. We're gonna swap characters. I discovered something really fun with the Hammerhead. And I'm gonna show you. Are you gelling? Oh, I forgot I have... You have 36 level 5 gels and 23 level 5 hounds. Good God! How? Well, Skelly, I'm glad you asked. Occurred actually just put out a video on one of the best gel farms that exists out there. You can go check it out at Occur's YouTube channel. In the Endless Dream. I highly recommend giving it a view. Alright, so check this out. I learned with this gun, you can get up to some shenanigans. Now, I don't have low sanity, so I'm going to have to deal a little bit, but check this out. Hold, please. That's the problem. Once it starts going, then you're good, but... Level 80 servitor is rough, I would imagine. The problem is, sometimes... Do I even have it on? I do. Sometimes shock diffusion just doesn't work. For whatever reason, and I don't understand why. Which is the best way that this gun works, is to have shock diffusion, and be diffusing that shock to all enemies nearby. It just doesn't do it sometimes, though, and I don't really know why. Like, this guy right here should be spreading his shock to other enemies, but it just doesn't happen. I find it so strange that it doesn't. When it does work, it's really, really powerful. Like, it does a lot of damage, I have infinite ammo, it's great. It's incredible when it works, but the problem is it doesn't. It just doesn't work. I don't know why shock diffusion is broken, but I'd love for that to get fixed. Get me the heck out of here. I don't want this dungeon anymore. It's stupid. It's stinky. Good God, I just threw things. I'm sorry. Okay, Alright, let's see. I am overheating. I need to turn my fan on. Oh yeah. Much better. See, I have this problem where I run hot, and it's not a fun problem. I'm always like 10 degrees hotter than the average person. It's great. So much fun. I'm always sweating all the time. Oh, it's the dead of winter? I hope you like sweating profusely. Thank you, yes. I do, actually. Thank you for that. You know the nightmare mods you get from Nightmare Silos, right? How they're overpowered? Indeed, indeed. I do know that, yes. I thought they got rid of the ability to get nightmare crates from those. But I could be wrong. From the small ones, yes. Ah, okay, but it's still, you still get it from the big boys. That's exciting. There we go. Okay. So for this, I'm going to do like a little recording. Oh, it's... Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to grab this and be like training in the storm to learn how to use the power surge gun. It's going to be a whole thing. 600 crates? Good God. Your comment got deleted. What'd you... I saw the on the mask part, but what... I don't... What happened? Bro's wigging out. Perfect. Use targeted strike on your mask when bossing. That makes sense. Okay, so we got that part. Oh, I just shot the ceiling. Did not mean to do that. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. That is the roof, not the ceiling. My mind flows like the river's edge. Something like that. It's gonna be really funny. My mind flows like the river's edge. I train under the intense storms. I am become lightning. It's gonna be so good. Okay. I'll be back. Give me 2 minutes. Gotta go roll outside. Boop! hello. Hello. Okay. Oh, here we go. I cleanse my soul of earthly desires. There we go. That'll be good. And then we'll do a, I don't know, we'll just do like Become the Storm or something. Something cringy. That damage was abysmally low. Oh, I have full sanity, that's why. That makes sense. I'm not using Virgil's theme. I can't do that, Hayes. No way. For outer space, I might. For this one, no. It's not that strong. $17,389. Wow, that hits way harder. What? Oh, yeah, that hits tremendously harder. That hits for a full extra bullet worth of damage to just use elemental and status damage on this right now. Yeah, maybe we'll just leave it at that. Well, no, 15 crit rates. You need that. Let's be real here. Alright, and then there's that. Definitely want that crit damage, definitely want that crit damage, definitely want that crit damage. I'm beginning to doubt myself. %28 elemental damage equates to 2,000 more damage than 30% crit rate. $17,389. Just straight up status enhancement did 2,000 more damage. Maybe I'm just looking at this the wrong way. Bublium. Good howdy occurred. How are you? Occurred? Knock knock. I was looking at Occurred's name. I was rereading the boss glitch thing. I saw your text and I was like, yeah, okay. That's Occurred. It's the same color. It's the same color text, it's the same person. Surely. Very intentional, as you can imagine. That's racist. No. Now I'm curious. I want to try this with Rush Hour now. Oh my good god. Okay, I guess I'll use any of those and see if I have any of them, I suppose. Oh, those are just normal decorations. Oh, I don't want all these. You're a monster. You knew. You knew I'd click on it. Now we're hitting for 20,000. Why is stacking Crazy Rock crit damage actually not that good? 2 mags was critting for 20,509. 6% crit damage, that's why. Wait, no. 12 crit versus 12.4 status. 2 full mags. Nope, much higher damage. Okay, there we go. That makes me feel better. Okay, so I'm able to crit for 20,141 as it is right now. If I were to get, in theory, no, status and elemental is still the way to go by a mile. It just does more damage than the crit. Like, even having... I guess I would have to have a lunar fateful strike specifically that did status and elemental damage. But even this one, it's still 48% increased crit damage. 48% increased crit damage, and it still doesn't even stack up. It doesn't even come close to stacking up. 17,389. So 42 crit, 48 crit, 7.2 status versus 48%, or sorry, 32% status and 16% elemental. Is it because I want elemental damage instead of status? Thank you for the flower. Very pretty. It's the crit rate difference? Well, I'm not worried. I'm not looking at the damage. I'm looking at the individual damage number, right? Like the individual damage number went up. It goes to 1960 on that one, or 1980, whatever it was. 1900. That's the only number that I care about right now. Is how high can we get that power surge number? 19,860 with a elemental status deviation expert. And then 17,389. It's a 2,000 power surge damage difference, which equates to 1 bullet essentially, from what we've tested. So it does an extra bullet's worth of damage, as we've established. Wasn't that? It was these that changed it quite a bit. Yeah, let's see. I wonder what elemental overload looks like. Good lord. But with all the weapon damage you're losing, it's not worth it. Hell, I wonder now. Now you got me questioning things. Status enhancement on the gloves. 2432. Good God. So 2432. Now let's swap these out too. See what that looks like. $24,904. That lack of crit, you feel it though, for sure. You really feel that lack of crit. Later on, Dragon Breeze, I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. It's funny, but it's definitely not the right strategy. But it's funny. Did that have normal enemy damage? Oh yeah, that plus 10 is tremendous, yeah. That would do it. Is it funny how much stuff there's to think about on this? You gotta keep those constants. Because even that has damage against normals. And the other one doesn't, right? No, it does. It is plus 10. So that is going to be a stark difference. So these two should be... they should perform fairly similarly. But yes, they do. I think I'm getting the best contrast in here. So let's do... let's do that. 391. Versus... 378. You think crit boost is better? Why not apply the same logic to Fateful Strike? I don't think that additional percentage is really worth it. Prefer deviation expert, choose not to use status damage enhancement. For the crit boost, the 15% crit rate on here. Actually, I wonder if it's offset. Let's see how offset that really is, because now you can't. That's a good question. I'm curious if we use deviation expert with elemental and status with a. Oh, sorry, not that. Fateful Strike with the gloves, because in theory those gloves are giving 32% status damage. Actually, I even want to test it with crit amplifier too, but regardless, let's see what this does. Oh, my weapon's gonna break. Do I have a hand? No. Can I just pull a hand over? I don't wanna go craft one. Yay! Oh, it's so expensive. Oh, it's 8 of them. Yeah, I only need one. Thank you. I mean, I could just go to Eternal Land, I suppose, and repair it that way. I didn't think about that. It's already too late. Don't ask questions. This is what happens when you let the chefs into the kitchen and they burn the whole city down and cause 2 nuclear apocalypses. Yeah, pretty much. 21,678 with 371, which is more damage than we did before. Is it more damage? Let's find out. So, because you also have the plus 10% to think about too. So, status enhancement with crit damage as opposed to the other one. Let's see how that works. $24.05, $19,580, something or other. $375. Now let's go back to doing this way. Ooh, tremendously less damage. Oh, whoops. Just wait for those buffs to go away. $378. Just bingo debuff. Oh yeah, no, this isn't like a perfectly optimized, amazing, incredible build. It's just something that works and is very strong. This isn't meant to be your end-all, solo, all endgame content, god tier, amazing, best, perfect. No build is better than this build. Just something accessible for everybody. That's easy and makes sense. Yeah, it's crit dependent, but Fateful Strike does more damage. At least on dummies. Because this even has normals, right? No, it's elites. Okay, so it doesn't matter. That means testing is accurate. I also have to consider the extra shot, too. 20 versus 19. Yeah, that's way more damage. Fateful's nuts. $370. I mean, it's more potentially, or it has more potential power. There we go. Because if I got one that rolled perfectly, then this would be a very different conversation. Like that. Like that. Good God, like that. Wow, hi. Oh my God. Oh my. You know, sometimes I find that when you just get the roll sometimes. This is one of those times where you just get the roll. And wow. I mean, yeah, it could be better. The HP being max isn't that very good, but still, good God. Yeah, 351. And this is where it starts getting down to RNG. We have to start having a variance because we have crit rate. Whoops. $360. I don't know. I think Fateful Strike's going to end up being better for that crit damage. Like 60% crit damage is tremendous. Like, that's absolutely nothing to scoff at. Puts us at 139. Our status damage is 107. 18. Oh, I mean, not having food buffs really makes this difficult. I should go craft some real quick and see what the damage is actually like. Because that's great. That's great. Now, if I were to remove crit boost and instead do status enhancement with this, I mean, this is just padding numbers, but yeah, just padding numbers, it looks great. With extra normal damage. $381, good God, that's so powerful. But it's purely because of the damage against normal enemies, which this does not have. Which means this still is outperforming it tremendously. Let's see, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. That Fateful Strike is insane. I genuinely don't even need anything else. There we go. Okay. Oh, actually, yes, I do. What am I saying? Almost not good. Anyway. The only other thing that I could think of using would be Work of Proficiency, but I don't think it's that good. Is the SOCR Shrapnel still good? I think the Conflicting Memories is stronger than Shrapnel, or the SOCR. But I also haven't really tried investing into a Shrapnel build in a while because it's been just not good, so I can't really give you a very clear yes or no there. Let's see. So 107 status. Elemental damage you can get up using... Well, we're not worried about elemental damage for some reason, which we should be, I think. But we're not, which is fine. Rush hour. Does normal enemies. So that one doesn't, which explains why it does more damage. Okay. I think this is a stronger bossing setup. Or just general setup. 53. And then 35, 60, 35, 50. Yeah, that puts us over 100 just with these two alone. So let's see what damage this looks like. $474, 20,000 damage. Okay, so I'm gonna go craft food buffs. And we're gonna come back and see how much damage you're doing. Are we playing Endless Stream? This is Manibus. I do have an Endless Stream character, but we're just chilling at Manibus. There's a lot of stuff I want to test before I go too unreasonably hard. One of those unfortunate things about being who I am as a person. I like to figure out how things work and break them. Hi, Viewey. Alright, so I can make surprise spring rolls, but I don't have the way to make stargazy pie. Or whimsy drinks. We're missing ice cubes. Let me grab some ice cubes. No, no ice cubes here. Okay. Let me grab some purified water. Oh, maybe these fridges? No. Okay, good effort. Here we go, purified water. Turn these into ice cubes. Call mother hang name Ice Cube. Okay, and then I'm gonna make a surprise spring roll because that'll be fine. It's not gonna be as good as stargazy pie, of course, but it'll still be worthwhile. Strong. And then that'll raise our elemental damage quite a bit. And then with the whimsy drink, that'll raise our status damage. So we should be hitting for pretty obscene amounts in general. Oh, right. I just realized this whole time I'm still in the recording one, not the once human one. My bad. Sometimes we perform what I refer to as silly goose maneuvers, and this is one of them. Oh, there's one in the fridge? Oh, okay. I didn't even look. I didn't bother to look. Yeah, that works. Perfect. Okay. Sip that. Eat that. Chow down my poopy pills. And then once I'm done chowing down my poopy pills, I'm going to go back and take a look at that damage. Alright, poopy pills consumed. I'm also almost out of money again. So I really gotta get some money. You found my base? Heck yeah. It's a neat little base. It's on World 4. Well, you know that now, but you got the Netherworld to hit for 500k? Good lord. Oh, hi, Jin. Sorry. Alright, let's see what this damage is like now. $22,557. That's good. $26,166. I see I was still buffed. Yep, 26,166. Perfect. You got a 5/5 voodoo doll? Nice. You love to hear it. How can it be used? So I think it's mostly for PvP, but I think it's any damage you take, it just will deal damage back, which is nice. But I don't really know how strong it is. Okay, that was tremendously more damage. 531. Oh, whoops. Let's try that again. This also has normal damage though, right? No, it does not. Okay, that hits a lot harder. Yeah, I'm not worried about doing that kind of DPS right now. This deviation expert still hits crazy strong comparatively compared to Fateful Strike, which is bothering me a little bit because we just tested it and Fateful did more, but now suddenly it's not. Now let's test with this. Good lord. You have to have normal enemies, right? You don't. Oh my Christ. But that's the difference. That less crit rate, you feel it in the course of 100,000 damage. Yeah, that slight difference in crit rate is a 100,000 damage variance. So now let's swap back to here. Yeah, I have a kukri. We're just not testing with it right now. $527 too. Hey XLR, what's going on? Welcome in. You need monies? Skelly, I think I know what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get some monies. Does that sound fun? I need monies too. Yep, okay. No, that confirms it. Fateful Strike has more consistent and potentially higher damage, which is good to know. Okay, we'll do it one more time just for posterity's sake, but I don't think we really need to test it again. I think nuclear is 100% correct, and this will confirm it. Yep, nuclear is 100% correct. Fateful Strike is the way to go for this. Amazing. Hell yeah. Nice. Good confirmation. Excellent suggestion, nuclear. That has been a fantastic thing to test. So let's re-record the helmet real quick. For my helmet, I'm using Fateful Strike. We did a lot of testing. Fateful Strike ended up doing consistently more damage than status enhancement. So status enhancement, sorry. It did consistently more damage than Deviation Expert. While Deviation Expert gives very high damage because it's more status and more crit damage, it's a whole thing, it ended up doing significantly less damage because of the variance of damage. So you have less crit rate, as well as less crit damage. So the perfect roll that we have, the near perfect roll that we have is giving us 60% crit damage and 12% status, which is really good. The best you can do on a Deviation Expert is going to be 30% crit rate and 32% status, which is only going to be a total of, if you want, we're just going to do it this way to make it simple, 62% damage versus 72% damage. Now, that's obviously not exactly how it works because math and everything, blah, 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 the whole nine, but the amount of damage consistency you get from using Fateful Strike with the extra crit rate is tremendously noticeable. It is about a 120,000 damage variance you get by not using this mod. That just makes it more worth using. Amazing. Cool. All right. That's nuts. We really learned something today. Okay. I feel educated. I feel like we have done a tremendous amount there, which is exciting. I'm actually really happy about that. So, in that respect, I think we have everything we need to make the video. I just have to put it together now. Did I make any build for the burn shotgun? Yes, I did actually put together a pyroclasm video. Granted, it might be a little outdated now. Actually, it is. I assure you it is outdated now. I'll have to remake it, but it is very strong. Definitely recommend it still. Where are you? Pyroclasm. Brahminy, Hammerhead, here it is, Pyroclasm. There you go. There's a rare turtle in my house? Where? Oh, I see, over here. Nice! How angry are you going to be if I kill it? I'm not going to do that. That'd be funny, though. Can I watch it for a sec? I can. We do have a nutcracker in here, though, so just be careful. The nutcracker will kill it. I could just withdraw the nutcracker, but it's no fun that way. He's stuck up there anyway. Maybe I'll just go put it away. Better safe than sorry. I don't want to cause problems. There. I pulled the nutcracker. There we go. Now you have full freedom and reign to have the water puppy captured. And pardon me 1 second. I've returned. I am glad you were able to capture the thing. Hi, Skelly. Bye, Skelly. Jesus. Good God. What timing? All right, cool. All right, do we want to just edit the video down as we have it, or do we want to go try and run something? And wait, I'm going to go run Trina with the newfound stuff and record that. This way we have some boss footage at least. Better than nothing. I'm not trying to go crazy. I'll pester you another day about the decorations. Okay. Sounds good. A turtle will suffice tonight. The turtle is sufficient. I suppose I shall leave this for another day. The turtle shall suffice. Yes. The turtle! Alright, so I didn't ask yet today, by the way. How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing alright? How's your time of day? Hope things are going well for you. I hope you're finding success in your endeavors, and I hope you continue to do so. Oh yeah, this is way more damage. You're doing well and just spying on you. It's not spying. You're not spying on me. Oh yeah, that damage is tremendously higher. Wow, no comparison how much stronger that is now. With all the food buffs and such. Am I going to make an exploding pistol build? Is that the... Are you talking about the Jaws or the hazardous impact? Because those are two different builds. Nice. God, that damage is tremendous. It's insane. Nice. Now that's good. That's good. That's good recording right there. I want to erase the 17 minutes that we got before. It's not doing it for me anymore. Everything that I've seen just now. Yeah, that ain't doing it anymore. Let's get rid of you. 7 gigabytes. Goodbye. Try it again. Why isn't it in the runtime broken? Get the heck out of here. Have a good night, Hayes. Fed, how are you gliding through the sky? Are you just like on a glider? As one would normally glide through the sky, surely? There we are. Okay, perfect. Time to farm more tungsten. I always say I need to go farm a boatload of tungsten, and then after getting like 20 nodes, I'm like, yeah, it's good enough. I don't want to do anymore. I'm tired.
Oh my god, hi!
Oh my god, hi. Hello, hybrid.
Oh my god, hi! Oh my god, hi!
Welcome the ever-loving mother heck in.
Hi!
How are you? The one you throw the pistol, yeah, hazardous impact. I don't intend on making one. I don't like it. Personally. It doesn't do it for me. Feels like Jaws might be a better hybrid gun as corrosion to stack 150% power surge crit. Yeah, to be useful, that's how it feels, right? I think it's good. The gun's great. It does a lot of damage. It's not my like go-to. I'm not gonna lose sleep if they happen to get rid of corrosion tomorrow. I'll be like, okay, that's a little bit of build diversity gone, but I'm not that worried about it.
Disappointed!
Also, howdy, Convict. Welcome in.
Oh my god, hi!
I hope you're doing well. I'm still dedicated, or not dedicated, but I'm pretty dead set on still making a video on this because I do like it. The gun's great, but I'm probably going to start with a disclaimer that the gun's not like the be-all end-all. You're not gonna solo all of the content in the game with this. You'll do a good job. It's a powerful gun. You'll have fun with it. It checks those boxes, but it's not like this gun's gonna change your entire life. Wow. You know?
Oh my god, hi!
YouTube chat blew up. Why does it do that sometimes? I don't understand. It's scary.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. I was terrified. Okay. Let's pull up DaVinci, shall we? Start getting this bad Larry put together. So, in version 20, they have the ability to record in the actual studio now, which is exciting. So I can just record voice in there. We're gonna do some fun, silly voices for the start of it. Really make a powerful intro, you know? Something that if I were to boot this up and I looked at that, I'd say, wow, that's a good intro. That's the plan. Okay, so let's pull these in. All of our clips from today. Make a Jaws pistol. Kurt actually just put out a really good video for the Jaws. I want to try to mimic it as best I can and then upload it and have my video perform better than his. Begin recording. Oh, it's not showing my... Alright. Oh, God. Why did I do that? It was so loud. Does it actually have accessories? Oh, I had no idea you can get accessories for that. That's cool. What skins do I have? Lemon? I like the lemon. I'm getting distracted. Stop it. Okay, here we go. From the top. ACS from the top. ACS12 corrosion using rapid shot double crit rate calibration. I still sound nasally. I think my microphone was like in my face when I was speaking, so it, you know, we'll live. It's all right. The Evergreen Vineyards is a really good spot. There's a lot of chests there. I'd argue it's worth the while. Here's how we're going to start this video. Okay, so let's get this trimmed down a little bit. I want it to be short. I don't want it to be more than like 4 seconds max. training on the rooftop. Perfect. And then bathing. Cleansing the soul, mind, and body. There we go. Okay, we got a plan. How do I... It said I can do recording, but I don't actually know how to do that. I suppose I can just use Audacity and call it... No, I can just use this. Okay, here we go. The gentle flow... No, we gotta pay... What's a good voice for this? Should we do like a... The gentle flow of the river. Something like that. The way the river rages, the storm brews within. Okay, that's actually pretty good. The way the river rages... Oh, it's not recording. The raging of the river. Training to harness the storm within, cleansing our mind and soul. Like the Discovery Channel? And here we are with the raging rapid rivers. We find ourselves a monk training among the storm, bathing away all of their cares. We'll go with two of them. We'll see which sounds better. And then we'll also do... In a world where the storm rages on. No. What about... Give me a voice. Give me a voice to do. I'm curious. I want to try it. See if we can do something nuts. Two souls, one world. Where one bubble must overcome adversity. The trials and tribulations. May he never pop. Elmo? Okay, I can't do Elmo. We're done recording now. I don't know how to do Elmo. What do you think I am? Some sort of... Muppet? Like the BBC documentary voice? I don't know what that sounds like. I'm sorry. The raging of the river. That sounds so stupid. The storm within, cleansing our mind and soul. It does sound like Soul Calibur. Like the Discovery Channel? And here we are with the raging rapid rivers. We find ourselves... Let's try that again. Let's put this over top of this. And here we are with the raging rapid rivers. We find ourselves a monk training among the storm, bathing away all of their cares. Okay, we'll do that again, but I'll make it not sound awful. Wait, and here we find ourselves. What's the Morgan Freeman voice? Here we find ourselves looking at the raging river rapids. I can't do it. Looking at the raging... No. I gotta listen to his voice. Hold on. Morgan Freeman. Looking at the raging river rapids. We find ourselves a lone monk training among the series. The stars. Nope, not good. Morgan Freeman narration. Like a Twinkie. I don't want true facts more. I just want to hear his voice.
I think this would be as you do.
The man in the red checkered shirt.
The man in the red checkered shirt.
his selfie stick.
Holding his
Get
selfie
that
stick.
Perfect selfie. Perfect selfie Paul. That's what we call him.
Okay, I can't do that. There's no shot. Okay, let's try this again. The raging of the river. A lone monk trains upon the rooftops in the storm, bathing away the cares. No. Looking out upon those raging waters, the storm rages within. We become power. I need to know what that sounded like. That was for me. that was just for me. I'm sorry. Looking out upon those raging waters, the storm rages within. We become power. I need to know what that sounded. That was just for me. I don't know how to do the orc noises. Zug zug, strength and thunder. That's all I got. The raging of the river. A lone monk trains upon the rooftops in the storm, bathing away the cares. They almost drowned while they were boating, but I got one alone to keep me floating. Oh, I'm still recording. Whoops. Get rid of all that. All that's trash. Goodbye. Okay. I don't really know. Okay. You know what? Let's stop. Let's just do something that feels right. To harness the storm, we must understand the calm. We must train among the storm, become one with it. Bathe within the storm, become as clean as it. Deal the damage the storm can unleash. Oh no. Unleash the storm. There we go. Kind of pretend you have tusks or two berry carrots on your bottom lip. That doesn't really do it for me, but I like what you're going for. To harness the storm, we must understand the calm. That's good. We must train among the storm, become one with it. Bathe within the storm, become as clean as it. Deal the damage the storm can unleash. Oh no. Unleash the storm. There we go. Unleash the storm. Oh no! There we go. There we go. Okay, unleash the storm. And then when I say unleash the storm, we gotta do... I don't have any more ice cubes, that's fine. Why did that not mark it vulnerable? What the heck? There we go. You hear the start of "I Am the Storm" is approaching. I can't use Virgil. This gun is not strong enough for me to be motivated enough to use Virgil's theme. I can't do it. In good faith. I just can't do it. I'm sure you understand. If this was like the outer space that does way more DPS, sure. But unfortunately it is not. You got gift? Okay. I like gifts. Gifts are fun. Feel the wrath of the goddess. No. Unleash the storm. Now, you're probably wondering, let's put that up here, let's put that right here, and then start a keyframe right here. Oh, there we go. Flint and steel. Is that my feats? Oh, thank you. It's too heavy. Hold please. Let me just. There you go. I'm a bit exhausted carrying this load. Is it still that heavy? How many? I have 10 ice cubes. Why are they so heavy? 10 pounds. Gee. Okay, there we go. Unleash the storm. Now you're looking at that and you're probably thinking, well, that's not horribly strong. I mean, is this gun even that good? Yes. To answer your question, admittedly, yes. The gun's great. Here's why. Now you're looking at that and you're probably thinking, well, that's not horribly strong. I mean, is this gun even that good? Yes. To answer your question, admittedly, yes. The gun's great. Here's why. There we go. Unleash the storm should be a new soundbite. Unleash the storm. It's so cringy. Become as clean as it. Unleash the storm. It's so cringe. I don't want that to be a soundbite. It's me. It's just me saying unleash the storm. You got a Gatorade? Feel the heat. Feel the heat. You like that? Feel the heat. Feel the heat. Hopefully I didn't give anybody, any Kingdom Hearts 2 enjoyers, any PTSD. But like, let's be real. Olympus Coliseum and Kingdom Hearts 2 had such a banging soundtrack. It was top tier. All right. Kingdom Hearts 1, listening to Sora just go, thunder, thunder, here, thunder. Yeah, it's awful. I agree with that. It sounded like Alex Jones. Oh no. Hey, Cha. Welcome in. I hope you don't mind me shortening your name. It makes it easier for me to remember. welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely time of day. We are currently editing a YouTube video for the ACS12 Corrosion, which is exciting. Really good gun. I am excited to do this, to finally edit this one down. It's going to be nice. Why? Begin recording. All right. Wait, I already put that in there. There we go. Mental damage and your... See ya! Mental damage and your... Deep freeze! Oh, I goofed up bad. Does it actually have accessories? What does the corrosion do? This is a power surge weapon, and we are using the power surge ship rate. Is strong? I mean, is this gun even that good? Yes. To answer your question, admittedly, yes. The gun's great. Here's why. What does the corrosion do? This is a power surge weapon. However, comma, you want to focus on status damage and crit damage. Just cut out all these little bits. There's a lot of little bits, which is interesting. It's very different. So many tiny little breaks in the way that I speak that have to be cut out. It's one of those little things that just makes the quality of the video so much better. However, comma, you want to focus on status damage and crit damage, which is interesting. It's... Oh, I whoops. And crit damage, which is in... I goofed. Hold please. Hold please. Hello, guys. Okay. God damn it. I can't... I watch one Wellen video and I pick up all of his mannerisms. It's very different from the norm. It's one of those guns that will trigger critical hits on power surge, which will increase your critical hit rate, which will do more critical power surge damage, and the effect just kind of keeps tumbling a little bit, helping you get power surge, which will increase your critical hit rate, which will do more critical power surge damage, and the effect just kind of keeps tumbling a little bit, helping you get more crits. And I like the way how slappy my tongue was. Effect just kind of keeps tumbling a little bit, helping you get more crits, and more effect just kind of keeps tumbling a little bit, helping you get more crits. I'm just gonna cut that out. I don't like the way my tongue sounds in there. It keeps tumbling, helping you get more crits and more crit damage. My what? Yeah, like the JoJo tongue. It's nice. It works well with other things. So power surge can crit. The power surge crit. I don't need this whole section. It's nice. It works well with other things. Who cares? Who cares? We're not worried about that. Get that out of here. What the butts are you talking about? Damage. The power surge crit rate is plus 15. When power surge is triggered, the crit damage increases by 15%, stacking 10 times. That is 150% bonus critical strike damage with an additional 15% damage factor, which is in... You know, I'm gonna leave that breath in. I'm leaving this one in. Hold, please. I got a funny idea with this one.
Oh my god, hi!
Whoops. Image. With I'm sorry. We gotta see that organically. Hold on. Percent bonus critical strike damage with an additional. Yes. Damage with an additional 15% damage factor, which is insane. Boom, there you go. Perfect plug opportunity. Bonus critical strike damage with. It's so stupid. I love it. An additional 15% damage factor, which is insane. It's actually ridiculous. So, that being the case, we want to get a lot of bullets downrange quickly. Therefore, ridiculous. So, we want to get a lot of bullets downrange quickly. Therefore, rapid fire calibration with a double crit rate to maximize our critical chance. Hi, Nuclear. For our secondary boom weapon, we are using the recurve crossbow. This is good for any enemy who has a weak spot. If the enemy does not have a weak spot, you're going to want to use either the bullseye or the wildfire. It's just up to you. Doesn't really matter that much. Again, this is... I breathe so much. I mean, okay, yes, I breathe enough to, like any other human, to survive, but you know what I mean. Well, the recurve crossbow gives you... The recurve crossbow gives you increased crit rate when you hit a... The recurve crossbow inflicts bulls... That's better. When you hit a weak spot, which gives you 50% increased crit rate to enemies with the bullseye debuff. There you go. It's very strong. For your melee weapon, you want to use Kukuri, because this gives you increased crit rate primarily. You'll get more damage. Kukuri. More damage is nice, but really you're here for the crit rate. The crit rate means you're going to crit more often. As the name implies. Therefore, more power surge crit damage. Therefore, implies, therefore, more power surge crit damage. Yes. Name implies, therefore, more power surge crit damage. For your more power surge crit damage. For your armor. Kukuri mukuri. Great kukuri mukuri. You're gonna want to be doing a low HP version of this build. I find it so funny when it fast forwards like that sometimes. Great googly moogly. I'm using 3 pieces of this build, so I'm using 3 pieces of treacherous tides. I'm using 2 pieces of lone wolf to enhance my critical hit rate. And for my next trick, I'll make this pencil disappear. The key item, I'm using the gas mask hood, so after triggering power surge, increase crit rate. That stacks with the gun. After triggering power surge, increase crit rate, for a total of a 50% increased crit rate. Just with these 2 things alone. I said 50. I meant to say 15. What am I? How? Who allowed me to speak today? Just, is it still coherent? Increased crit rate of a 50% increased crit rate. Just with these 2 things alone. When you trigger power surge, you get 50% crit rate. It's insane. Very strong. When you trigger power surge, you get 50% crit rate. It's insane. Very strong. I said 50 again. So for the... let's just get rid of that. With the gun. After triggering power surge, increase crit rate. So for the mods. On the weapon, I'm using static shock. This does not inflict the power surge status. Therefore, the first part of this don't matter. Imagine if you had a clip of you shooting the gun with a pencil in the background being the target. As you said, for my next trick, I'll make this pencil disappear. That's really really funny. It just does more damage, which is good. You want to chase. It don't matter. It just does more damage, which is good. You want to catch the heavy breathing live at twitch.tv/bubblebathtub. Power surge damage, power surge crit damage, and then damage against enemy types, and in my opinion, either reload speed or magazine capacity. On the crossbow, you want to use vulnerability, increase their vulnerability. Bow, you want to use vulnerability, amplifier. Just doesn't really matter what else it rolls. This is what you need to increase their vulnerability. Up. On the kukri, run whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. This weapon exists for only to murder one thing and give you a buff. Nothing else matters. On the hood. Oh, yes. You want to use Deviation Expert. Lunar. I did not get a great one. Okay, here we go. Here's where we do our insert. Wee you, hey yo, buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Hey, so we did a little bit of offline farming, and let me show you why this mod is actually better. That's gonna be good. All right, and then let's put an audio transition in there. I did not get a great one. I did not get a great one. Hey yo, buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? I did not get a great one. Hey yo, buckaroo, hey. Yes. Not get a great. You hey. A great. We're doing our best right now. Did not get a great one. Hey! Hey, yo. Hey, yo. It's me! It's me! I did the ambulance sound! Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yo. Hey, yo, buckaroo. There we go. Now let's grab where we talked about the helmet mod that ended up being way better. Dave Baker's going to tell you why. All right. For my helmet, I'm using there we go. We're just editing down this video a little bit just to make it a little more generally appealing. Buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Hey, so we did a little bit of offline farming, and let me show you why this mod is actually better. For my helmet, I'm using Fateful Strike. I'm using Fateful. We did a lot. Fateful Strike. We did a lot of testing. A lot of testing. Fateful Strike ended up doing consistently more damage than status enhancement. So status enhancement, which is true, it did, which I'm a little upset about. But I'm also happy because we learned something. Wee, hey, yo. More damage than howdy, V-Twin. Status enhancement. So, status enhancement or status enhancement, sorry. It did consistently more damage than deviation expert than status enhancement. Damage than it did consistently more damage than deviation. More damage. It did consistently more. 1 second. As in, I'll just stay up. It's fine. Consistently more damage. Ended up doing it. It did consistently more damage. Fateful Strike. A lot of testing. Fateful Strike ended up. It did consist. There we go. Fateful Strike, it did consistently more damage than Deviation Expert. While Deviation Expert gives very high damage because it's more status and more crit damage, it's a whole thing, it ended up doing significantly less damage because of the variance of damage. So you have less crit rate, as well as My mouth is so slappy. I think you need to drink more water. Less. It's awful. Crit damage. So the perfect roll that we have, the near, I should say, the near perfect roll is crit damage. So the perfect roll that we have, the near, I should say, the near perfect roll that we have is giving us 60% crit damage and 12% status, which is really good. The best you can do on a deviation expert No, it unclicked everything. Ah, why do you do this? Oh, geez, I have to save this project. Let me do that real quick. Save project as. Whoops. This is going to be ACS12 corrosion. Oh, no, it's already saved as a thingy. Yee-hee, look at that. Control S. Drink water, chew some mint gum. That's actually a really good idea. Also, hi, old guy gaming. Been a while. Look, if I breathe heavy enough, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's going to be 30% crit rate and 32% status, which is only going to be a total of, if you want, we're just going to do it this way to make it simple. You've been lurking. 62% nice. Well, thank damage you. Versus 72% damage. And now that's all. I appreciate the lurks. Always. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, what you do, as long as you'll lurk me. It's not exactly how it works, it's math and everything, blah, 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 9, but the amount of damage consistency you get from using Fateful Strike with the extra crit rate is tremendously noticeable. It is about a 120,000 damage variance you get by not using this mod. That just makes it more worth using. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, whoops. I actually was recording. A D clicker in Audacity? Oh, interesting. I have to look at that. So, when we go to the helmet, this is what happens. On the hood, you want to use Deviation Expert Lunar. I did not get a great one. Hey, yo, buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Hey, so we did a little bit of offline farming, and let me show you why this mod is actually better. I'm using Fateful Strike. We did a lot of testing. Wee-oo, hey-oh. I did not get a great one. Wee-oo, hey, yo, buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this whole build. I did not get a great one. Wee-oo, hey, yo, buckaroo, hey. Oh, that's got to be like right here. Not get a great one. He did not get a great one. Wee-oo, hey, yo, buckaroo. Oh, something's wrong now. Get a great one. Gotta be like right here, right? Did not get a great one. Wee-oo, hey, yo, buckaroo. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Did not get a great one. Wee-oo, hey, yo, buckaroo. Oh, I really goofed this, huh? Did not get a great one. Come on, slowly, please.
Disappointed!
Hey, yo, buckaroo, hey, you're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Hey, so we did a little bit of offline farming, and let me show you why this mod is actually better. I'm using Fateful Strike. We did a lot of testing. A lot of testing. Fateful Strike, it did consistently more damage than Deviation Expert. While Deviation Expert gives very high damage because it's more status. Pause! Crit damage. Pause, damn you! The whole thing. It wouldn't pause! This one's still good. What is without the power surge status and either magazine capacity or reload speed. That goes for all of your lunar mods. Ooh, raining cash. I'm interested. On the mask, you're going to want to use first electrocution. For enemies without the powers types. Delightful. Noticeable. It is about a 120,000 damage variance you get by not using this mod. That just makes it more worth using. On the mask, you're going to want to use first electrocution. For enemies without the power surge status, power surge. Oops. You know, most of video editing is just cutting. On the mask, you're going to want to use first it's just cutting the video. For enemies without the power surge status, power surge ultimate damage plus 30%. Since we don't inflict the status, therefore we get a constant 30% bonus to our power surge damage. And again, this is a keyword suffix mod, so we want to make sure that we're getting power surge damage, power surge crit damage, damage against enemy types, magazine capacity. At least we're almost done, though. This is always the most boring part of making a video. We want to be using crit boost on the gloves. But it's also the most crucial part, because this determines the flow of it, you know, the whole thing. Now, here's the fun part. On the gloves, you can roll what's called resonance. Resonance. Let me pull one up real quick. Do I even have a resonance? You're going to want to roll what's called resonance. Resonance is part. On the gloves, roll what's called fun part. You're going to want to roll what's called resonance. Resonance is astounding. It does this crazy, super cool thing where you can deal one type of damage and gain bonus in another type of damage. In this case, you can roll a resonance crit boost or a resonance dead shot that will give you increased elemental damage for doing weak spot damage, and increased crit damage for doing weak spot damage. Alright. No, too much. Too many click. These will both stack in tandem, which will increase your overall damage tremendously. It's insane. It's powerful. Why? Why do I do this? I didn't even recognize that I did this. It's Jesus Christ. Do I have a good GIF for this? I like the key that in or I riot. Oh no, we're keying that. How can we kill off a main character in the finale of Season 1 and bring him back midway through Season 2? Oof. What show are you watching? You caught my attention. Bob? No, not that one. Editing items, GIFs. No, we're not even gonna do, we're just gonna key it. Alright. That is a strong opener, can confirm. Alright, we're gonna key. Well, actually, here, we're gonna key it, it's different. Nah, it's not jarring enough. It's gotta be a good jarring one. Powerful. There we go. Alright, how does this one look? Powerful. Good God. It is, you will just absolutely... Does that feel good? Powerful. Good God. You're also building the corrosion and jaws with status and crit damage? Nice! I'm actually really curious to see if all of this gear will actually translate directly to jaws, which seems very interesting. It's insane. It's powerful. Good God. It is, you will just absolutely dominate. It's nuts. So you're... That's a good one. You're looking for resonance. It's the one and only time it's actually useful from my experience. It's one of the times that's useful from my experience. You heard it here first, folks. Or at least you heard an inkling of it. So for the gloves, I'm using crit boost. You want a resonance mod. If you can get one, you get them from Prime Wars. So farm a bunch of Prime Wars, get a resonance mod. Do 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 do. Hopefully you get a good one. If you don't get a good one, then craft one. But you got it. That's how you got to do it. Let's put that in an order that actually kind of makes a little bit of sense, huh? Do it. So for the gloves, I'm using crit boost. You want a resonance mod. If you can get one, get a resonance mod. Hopefully you get a good one. If you don't get a good one, then craft one. But my experience, you get them from Prime Wars. So farm a bunch of Prime Wars, get a resonance mod. Hopefully you get a good one. If you don't get a good one, then craft one. But you got it. That's how you got to do it. So for the gloves, I'm using crit boost. You want a resonance mod. On the boots, I'm using... It was so hard not to say boots with the fur. On the boots, I'm using Rush Hour. Because less health is more damage. That's all we can ask for. We have low health, therefore more damage. It's just that easy. On the chest piece, I'm using my Enduring Shield. Super duper god roll Enduring Shield because it's crit damage, weapon. Oh, I actually got a new chest piece that I have to, or a chest mod. On my chest piece, I'm using Healing Fortification because it rolled status damage and crit damage. So you can get a much better roll than this. However, comma, this one is very strong. There you go. Let's update that real quick, shall we? Healing Fortification. Here we go. On my chest piece, I'm using Healing Fortification because it rolled status damage and crit damage. So you can get a much better roll than this. However, comma, this one is very strong. There you go. Just that easy. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not what I want. But I got crit damage and great ones, therefore it is decent compared to other things that I have. So if this had crit damage and status damage in great ones, then it would be a perfect roll for this. But that's what you're looking for. See, look at that. I figured out parts of my build without even realizing it. On my pants, I'm using Deadshot. You want a Resonance Deadshot. Resonance that will increase both your Deadshot. You want a Resonance Deadshot. Resonance that will increase both your elemental damage and your critical damage. If you are unable to get element damage or status damage or critical damage, keep rolling. Just like the song. Who does that song? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? Status damage or critical damage. Keep rolling. Just like the song. Who does that song? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? Who does that song? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? Who does that song? Keep rolling. Is that Limp Bizkit? No, Limp Bizkit. I thought so. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Yes, that's what I was looking for. Keep rolling. Damage or critical damage. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? What? for your rolling, rolling, rolling. What? for your go deal rapidly. for your oh boy. For your cradle. Make like Limp Bizkit and alright, let's get a picture of the Limp Bizkit album. We're just gonna put that in there. Let's get a picture of Limp Bizkit, even better. Let's just save this image right here. Ooh. Save image. Let's slap that into DaVinci, shall we? It's gonna be so stupid. Like most of the things I do, I love this. If you don't get a good resonance mod, If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep... Make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? I gotta add a few more rotation angle keyframes, but Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? That's such a bad edit. I love it. So stupid. Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? for you. This is what we signed up for today, boys. For your cradle, you are going to want to use, For your cradle, you are going to want to use anti-void to increase your shotgun damage. You're going to want to use rapid aid to increase your ability to heal rapidly. Tactical leap because... Did Bumble answer already? I just got back. Oh wait, what happened? Did I miss something? If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? I can laugh at myself all day. My bad, me too. Jumping is power. Aerial suppression because while I'm in the air, I'd rather not get killed. Can't say that, sorry. Killed. Aerial suppression because while I'm in the air, I'd rather not get killed. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. My bad. Oh, sorry. Is there any way to get sanity back besides crafting things? You can't craft anything to do it and half your health is missing. Yes! So, let me... I didn't have this thing up. My bad. Anyway, let me just show you real quick. So, there's two ways. You can use... I don't have a bed. Hold please. Hold, please. Let me just... Let me hold. Hold, please. There's three ways. Yes, you're right. Hold, please. Where bed? Where bed? Bed! If you make a bed, beds restore sanity as you lay in them. You'll be able to restore your HP that way. Another way. A bath. If you take a bath, it's going to heal your sanity super fast. And it's going to heal you really fast too. It's fantastic. And then the other way is using a jelly, the festering gel deviation specifically. That is going to... That's a lot of flowers. The festering gel deviation is going to allow you to heal and restore sanity at the same time. Really helpful if you're like traveling around places and you want to restore your health and stuff without having to... Because you can't use a bed when you're traveling, obviously. You can use sanity restoration gummies, but those are kind of inconvenient. They're not hard to make, but it's inconvenient. So a gel if you're on the go, if you're at home, a bathtub or a bed, but bathtubs are superior. So because you didn't get to see the let me show you the edit we did because I forgot to... I had the wrong screen up. This is what it does. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? It's so dumb. I love it. Aerial suppression because when I'm in the air, I'd rather not get absolutely bodied. Deviant... Energy defense because shield keeps me alive. Status enhancement to enhance our stat damage. Elemental sense to sense our elemental damage increase. Transient impact because impact? Transient impact because impact drill. power surge, do more damage, good. Oy, I gotta lean forward. Oh, I was leaning back super. Oh, God. Okay. 4-hour deviation. I gotta lean forward. Oh, I was leaning back super far. Oh, God. Okay. I gotta lean forward. I gotta lean forward. Oh, I was leaning back super far. Oh, God. Okay. 4-hour deviation. We're going to want to use the Mini Feaster. If you have the Starfall inversion version, that's awful to say, inversion version, then this is your best bet. Because what? Whoa! Then this is your best bet. Because right now, why do I say things the way that I do sometimes? Best bet.
Oh my god, hi!
Best bet. Because let masterpieces be masterpieces. It is a masterpiece. Best bet. Because right now there is nothing that increases shock damage specifically against enemies except for the Mini Feaster. This is your go-to. Just slap them with some tentacles and you'll be alright. What the... Is this the Spider-Man slap? Oh! No, it's not that one. What's the sound of the Spider-Man slap? I gotta find it. Hold on. I'll respell it. I don't want to call anybody out. I don't know what that means, and I don't want to cause problems. Based. Based. Based seems good. Based. This is your best bet. There we go. That's good. I don't want to cause problems. Just slap them with some tentacles and you'll be... Slap them with... There's a specific Spider-Man slap sound that's really funny. I can't find. Is it this one? No, where? No. It's alright, we'll move on. We'll leave it be. Some tentacles and you'll be alright. What this does is give you massively increased status damage up to 80% as it slaps things with its tentacles. It just goes bah, 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 and it's incredible. There's so much emphasis behind the baps with its tentacles. It just goes bah, 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 bah. So much intent, so much power. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do we just do zoom-ins because it's funny? Zoom-ins are always good. And it's oh, come on now. And it's goes oh, that's not right. And it's incredible. And it's incredible. All the damage in the world. Does a great job. For your food buffs, this one's interesting because it's kind of a mixture. Because we're also doing status damage, we want a whimsical drink, which will increase our status damage by 25%, which means you're going to want brain freeze, you're going to want gourmand, you're going to want a Chefosaurus Rex that is level 5. Gourmand. You're going to want a Chefosaurus Rex that is level 5 to give you the most amount of buff possible. It is insane. It's very strong. For your food. For the food, this is where it gets spicy. It gets a little crazy. Very strong. For the food, this is where it gets spicy. It gets a little crazy. For the food, you're going to want stargazy pie. For the food, you're going to want stargazy pie. This will raise our crit damage by 25%, which is exactly what we want. Because we do crit damage, therefore more damage. Good. This will give you... Yeah, just give me a minute. This will give you... Don't you dare remove spicy. I didn't remove spicy. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. It's gonna get spicy. This will give you... You want to use the Gourmand buff and a buffed Chefosaurus. Who could have seen that one coming? Certainly not I. Oh. Did I do anything bad? No, okay, we're good. Whew. Let's just control S real quick. Now I'm scared. Saurus. Who could have seen that one coming? Certainly not I. If you want damage against a specific enemy type, bone-in deviated sausage will increase your damage against bosses by 15%. Which we're leaving a lot of this organic, which is great. It's just funny. Still, in my opinion, not as good as using the Stargazy Pie, but it's much more accessible and easier to make. That's everything, right? weapons, we went over the armor, the mods. Cradle. Gun works. Okay, that seems good to me. Hey, that's everything, right? Okay, that seems good. You're to make. That's everything, right? Okay, that seems good to me. Yeah. Alright. To harness the storm, we must understand the calm. We must train among the storm, become one with it. Bathe within the storm, become as clean as it. Unleash the storm. I gotta put some audio in there, because that's... It can't be silent right there. That's awful. It's so quiet right there. There we go. You can never go wrong with this. With a double crit rate to maximize our critical chance. Now you're looking at that and you're probably thinking, well, that's not... That yeah. Arm. Now you're looking... Now you're looking at that. 2,000 wish machine money. Is there a specific thing you should be trying to get? I mean, is this gun even that good? Oh yes. Goodness! Stop it. So, it depends on what you want. If you have a boom boom build, boom boom's really strong. I definitely think it's worth your while. But it's not not anything too crazy. But it is strong. They're not boom boom. Boom boom's stupidly strong. I mean, there's other builds that are pretty decent, but if you have something that works, it works. Basically, try to find a gun that sounds neat for you, something you'd like to try, and see how it goes. It's hard to say, really. Let's grab a stock thunder sound. Perfect. Oh, whoops, I have that sound. So, okay. There we go. Okay, that should work. That's a good idea. I like that. To harness the storm, we must understand the calm. We must train among the storm, become one with it. Bathe within the storm, become as clean as it. Unleash the storm. To harness the storm, we must understand the calm. We must train among the storm, become one with it. Bathe within the storm, become as clean as it. Unleash the storm. There we go. That's good. I like that. And you're probably thinking, well, that's not horribly strong. I mean, is this gun even that good? Yes. To answer your question, admittedly, yes, within the storm. Here's why. What does the corrosion do? This is a power surge weapon. However, you want to focus on status damage and crit damage, which is interesting. It's very different from the norm. It's one of those guns that will trigger critical hits on... Let's look through this, make sure there's no weird gaps. We can see those very clearly right here. Lunar. I did not get a great one. Hey, yo, buckaroo, hey. You're not very smart at this. You're not very good at this whole build thing, are you, buddy? Hey. So we did a little bit of offline farming, and let me show you why this mod is actually better. I'm using Fateful Strike. We did a lot of testing. That explains why Fateful Strike is better. We move on. If you don't get a good resonance mod, make like Limp Bizkit and keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? I gotta lean forward. Oh, I was leaning back super far. Oh, God. Okay. 4 hour deviation. Because right now, it just goes bah, 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 and it's incredible. All the damage in the world. Does a great job. 4, you're... Okay, now we just need to record an outro. That'll take a very, very short period of time, and it's all nice and rainy, too. This is perfect. All right, here we go. Ah! They shouldn't make it so easy. It's right there. God damn it, Archer. Oh, God. That was funny. My bad. Look, no one needs to know, okay? This can be our secret. I assure you it's just fine. Nobody needs to know. Nobody saw a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. At no point did we click the wrong button. We're good at this, I promise. Okay, start recording, not stop streaming. They shouldn't have the buttons right next to each other, and it should give me the, are you sure you want to stop streaming? I hate that. The one time I actually want a confirmation button. Anyway, enough babbling about my own ineptitude. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Are you sure about
actually, let me do this. Yes.
Oh my god, hi!
Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that you have learned something and you learned that the ACS12 is actually a fairly decent gun, can be used in a lot of situations. I didn't show any damage in dungeons or bosses or anything, because you can figure it out for yourself. It's a good gun. Does a lot of good things. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and check out the Twitch channel. We stream 7:30 PST every day at twitch.tv/BubbaBathtub. We are live right now. Come hang out. If we are not live, then leave a follow. We will see you at 7:30 the following day. Unless it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are stinky. There we go. It back, nuclear. I got you. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching. There we go. That's good enough. I'm going to leave out the weird parts, but, you know, we'll just cut that down a little bit. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Are you sure about
actually, let me do this. Yes.
Oh my god, hi!
Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that you have learned something and you learned... Look, I'm a bingus dingus, okay? No boss damage badge. I need glasses or a larger button in OBS. I just need to not be an idiot, and we'll be all right. ACS12 is actually a fairly decent gun, can be used in a lot of situations. I didn't show any damage in dungeons or bosses or anything, because you can figure it out for yourself. It's a good gun. Does a lot of good things. Please like... things. Please like and subscribe. I said the like and subscribe thing. Am I a YouTuber now? I didn't show any damage in dungeons or bosses or anything, because you can figure it out for yourself. It's a good gun. Does a lot of good things. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and check out the Twitch channel. We stream 7:30. Enjoyed the video, check out the Twitch channel. We stream 7:30 PST every day at twitch.tv/BubbaBathtub. We are live right now. Come hang out. If we are not live, then leave a follow. We will see you at 7:30 the following day. Unless it's Wednesday. Unless it's Wednesday, Wednesdays are stinky. We praise Bingus Cat here. It's true, I was there. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope that you have learned something and you learned that the ACS a fairly decent gun can be used in a lot of situations. I didn't show any damage in dungeons or bosses or anything because you can figure it out for yourself. It's a good gun. Does a lot of good things. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna make these both red. Okay. Oh. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out. We are live on Twitch. Come hang out. Out the Twitch channel. We stream 7:30 PST every day at twitch.tv/. No Wednesday, it's stinky. Always got to clarify about the Wednesdays. Check out the Twitch channel. We stream 7:30 PST every day at twitch.tv/bubblebathtub. We are live right now. Come hang out. If we are not live, then leave a follow. We will see you at 7:30 the following day. Unless it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are stinky. There we go. Wednesdays are stinky. There we go. You're trying to like the Brahminy, but you can't. The SMG's more fun. How dare you? No, Brahminy is really fun. It's good. It does more damage with the mods you have. Brahminy does more damage in general. Kumawink does not stack up to Brahminy by like a good margin. It's not ideal. Okay, and then we're gonna do more Hangman tomorrow. I'm not gonna do any tonight. It's already late in the day. This went on longer than I would have liked, but I'm not too worried about it because it's a good-ass video. Outer Space is so good. It's so much fun. It just doesn't have any AoE potential, so that's the problem. Outer Space does a lot of damage, but it's a lot of single target. Whereas the Anabasis is more multi-target, and the Critical Pulse is more multi-target. So it's kind of a... It's a weird... weird thing to learn. Just difficult. It's one of those things. Let's grab my Wii Shop theme, the normal thing we always do. Now let's add in a nice little audio fade. These are stinky. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da na na na. Ba da ba da ba ba ba. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. 7:30 the following day. Unless it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are stinky. What? 'Cause it's a bop. It's a bop. I'm happy with this. Arkansas is the only U.S. state that starts with the letter A but does not end with the letter A. I didn't know that, actually. That's interesting. And kind of weird. But it's true, which I hate even more, admittedly. Oh, I found the record button. It's right here. We're just going to give that a test real quick. Oh, that's cool. It's right there. That's so neat. I figured it out, by the way. It's right here. No one needs to know. Okay, export. YouTube, export. Okay, cool. While this is doing its thing, I'm going to work on getting this video uploaded real quick. During that time, though, I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all. This has been an absolute pleasure, and I hope that you'll pop in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing... OMG High will be here as well, so we'll be doing some more like actual, real like gameplay instead of just video editing for the entire day, which will be really fun. I look forward to giving this build more of a run through, but also doing more stuff with Hammerhead and maybe doing Last Valor just to see if it is worth doing, which I don't think it really will be, but we'll get there. I think it is not too shabby, though. There's a lot of potential. And tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on. We're going to be doing a lot of cool, fun things. And I look forward to it, personally. So I hope you all look forward to it as well. I'm going to work on making a thumbnail for this, and then I'll get that video uploaded. I'll post it in the Discord as soon as it's done, because Discord will automatically do that for me, which is amazing. And let's go ahead and raid out. Sorry for everybody who was here and then got booted out of the stream because I hit the end stream button. I feel really silly about that. But it really just kind of be like that sometimes. There's a specific person I'm feeling today. Let's do this. Shame on me? I agree. Shame on me indeed. Alright, let's do day 2. No, this is day 1 of No Hangman. We did Hangman yesterday. There you are. There's your raid message. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all tremendously. You are beautiful, magnificent, fantastic human beings. And I sincerely look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. And if there's anything particular that you would like to see or like for me to work on or do or talk about or think about or literally anything, give me some suggestions. I'm always open to ideas and thoughts. Sometimes they're really bad ideas, but that's also fun, right? That being the case, I hope you all have a lovely time of day. Thank you for being here, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take the utmost care. Hark! Be safe in your journey. Goodbye, everybody.